Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm at the 2018 Farm Progress Show in Boone, Iowa. First day of the show, and we're happy to be here with the good folks at Lankota. And this is Brady Tevedal. Did I get that right, Brady?
You bet, yep.
So you are sales and research and development with Lankota?
Yep, I've been there for about 13 years. I started out in sales and purchasing, and as our products offering increased, I started coming up with new products and working with our engineers and figuring out the best way to bring new product to the table.
Okay. And tell us about Lankota, Brady. It's Huron, South Dakota, correct?
That's right. Huron, or Lankota was started with Kim and Marvy Cheddar on a farm just outside of Huron, South Dakota in the early 90s. They started building header adapters for the new 50 series combines. Kim also built some different kind of spray trailers and whatnot. And then that just grew from a little 4 or 5 page brochure up to a 100-page catalog we have today.
Yeah, well, let's grab that catalog. It's right over here. It's the number of products Lankota makes is it's sort of unbelievable now, isn't it, Brady?
Yep, we have, we make header trailers and stock stompers. We have a lot of different tabs. We make stuff for Case, New Holland, Caterpillar, John Deere, just a lot of different combine parts. One of our big sellers is our unloading auger clutch system for the unloading auger on the combines, where you can shut off the clutches that run the bottom of the grain tank.
Okay.
So you can empty out the unloading auger without the grain tank being empty. That's actually displayed over here.
Okay.
And it's a double clutch system with a foot pedal in the cab. And again, it just shuts off the cross augers in the bottom of the grain tank, allowing your main unloading auger to empty out, so you don't have all that weight hanging out there when you're swinging the auger open and closed.
And Lankota, again, Brady, you said was started, was it early 90s?
Early 90s, yep, 90, 91, 92.
And you came on, what did you say, about 13 years ago?
Yep, I was in there about 2006. Been there ever since.
And so again, the number of products Lankota sells has just kind of exploded over the last couple decades.
We try to make it a point to have 6 or 8 new items in the catalog every year. Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's less. We come up with a lot of our own ideas. However, a lot of our ideas are brought to the table as well as by ourselves as by outside people. Custom combiners and farmers bring us a lot of ideas, and then we manufacture it and bring it to the catalog.
Tell us about your facility in Huron. I understand that's quite impressive, Brady.
Yep, in the northwest corner of Huron, we built a new facility in 2006. We added on to that shop just a year or two later because we didn't have enough room. And then I think it was 2009, then we added on a big 100 by 300 warehouse so we could get everything shipped out. We have about roughly 5 full freight trucks that come in and out of our facility every day. In the busy season, those trucks usually are empty when they show up at our place, and they're full when they leave.
Right.
Anywhere between 100 and 300 UPS packages leave the warehouse on a busy season.
Website is lankota.com, correct?
That's right, Lankota.com. We just launched a new website a year ago. It's very interactive for dealers to look up invoices, shipping information. We have pricing added to our website now for the farmer to look at. All of our instructions as far as installation instructions are on the website. If you are missing something, or if you bought a set of stock stompers at an auction and now you're putting it on your own corn head, you need to know how to put them on. Right. You can get that right off the website as well.
So stock stompers, let's talk about that. Lankota, that's of course well known for. Let's take a little walk here.
You bet.
And you guys came out with the stompers roughly when, would you say, Brady?
That was probably back in about 2001.
Okay.
We used to have a 15-inch wide stock stomper. We figured out over the years it does not necessarily have to be that wide, so we shortened it up considerably. And we now are even lightening up as far as weight goes. Okay. We used to make all of our stock stomper shoes out of what's called A36 steel. In 2019, all of our stock stomper shoes will be made out of what's called grade 50 steel. Grade 50 steel is just as durable and just as durable as A36, but it is a lot lighter. Just the shoe alone, we take about 7 pounds of weight out of there. Wow. Without without losing any quality. So that makes a big difference as far as handling the shoe, installing the shoe, and the actual total finished weight for the corn head. Headers are getting heavier, combines are getting bigger, but they're still having trouble, lifting up these 10, 12, 15,000 pound heads. So weight's a concern.
Right. Let's talk about Lankota. I guess I'm intrigued, Brady. You guys have engineers on staff, correct?
Yep, we have 2 full-time mechanical engineers. They've been with the company at least 3 to 4 years. When I come up with an idea or an idea is presented to Lankota, we figure out if it's something that fits in our realm, and then we take it to the engineers and we talk about starting our first steps on a prototype.
Oh, you actually farm. Is that correct, Brady?
Yep, I also farm with my dad and my brother, so we test a lot of the equipment. We have a 9770 combine, and that is decked out with everything Lankota has to offer for a combine.
I might need some video of that one in action, Brady. Now, we were chatting before, and you were talking about always thinking about where are the pinch points, what are the problems, what can we do better, what can we hop into. I understand you guys along these lines have a new offering. It's being introduced at the show here today.
It is. This is a product that I've been messing around with and working on for about 3 years now.
Okay.
We wanted to make sure we had all of our testing complete before we brought it to the table.
Yep.
We are 100% confident we have that figured out now.
Okay.
So what we're introducing here is hydraulic single point hookup for the back of tractors. This can mount to a tractor on a universal quick hitch mount like you see here. If you don't have a quick hitch mount, we also have a mount that holds the arms of the tractor together so they don't slop back and forth, and we mount to that bar. Or if you're on a larger 4-wheel drive tractor, we have different mounts that mount to the actual fender frames of the tractor.
Okay. And this idea, the genesis, just years of thinking. Just walk us through that, Brady.
Well, it's been on combines. Actually, I believe John Deere started prototyping the first single point back in 1989, if you can believe that or not. And they didn't introduce it until roughly about 2004 is when it come out from Deere. And it just made sense that, if you're unhooking and hooking up a feed wagon or a baler or a corn planter, weekly or daily, there's got to be an easier way to do it. I know companies, some co-ops will actually come out and hook up a farmer's corn planter in the season because they sold them all the extra hydraulic downforce and roll cleaners and everything, and the farmer doesn't know how to hook it up.
Right.
We can simplify that much easier with a system like this. This is a 6-port system on a John Deere 8R tractor, and this would be the implement half, and this is the tractor half over here. The implement half, we incorporated the quick disconnect feature. That is just because if the implement would happen to become unhooked from the tractor, you still have the safety release on your hoses so you don't tear all your hoses and you tear everything to pieces.
Okay.
So you would hook up your single point block to your tractor and decide where you want your hoses to go to, and then you would hook them up one time, and then anytime you unhook your implement, then obviously your block just stays with your implement.
Slick.
So if you're switching between a corn planter and maybe a rock roller or a corn planter and a sprayer, you hook this up one time, and other than hooking up the electrical harnesses and the drawbar, that's 6 hoses all in one snap.
Man, love it.
These are connect under pressure couplers, which means if somebody left your disc up in the air before they unhook the hoses and you come back a week later to hook it up, you can't hook the hoses up because they're under pressure and you're beating up against the drawbar or you're cracking the line so you can let the pressure out. You can connect it under pressure without losing any oil or making a mess with this system.
Wow. I know you're just releasing it today, actually, Brady, but in your internal testing, and I know Lankota, that's very extensive, what kind of feedback have you been getting, a response on this solution?
So I've tested it with a couple different places out of Iowa, actually, that are in the tiling business and the hog manure knifing business, and they were switching different trailers every day that had hydraulic motors and whatnot on them, and they just love them. We had 0 problems with as far as any leakage. We haven't sold them any parts. We haven't had any issues like that. The issue was they wanted more blocks faster than I could get it to them.
Right. And it's sort of the spirit of Lankota, again, is listening to how can we help? Would you describe it?
Exactly. I mean, that's the Kim and Marvy Cheddar. They're farmers. Their sons were farmers. They grew up on the farm. I grew up on a farm. Just about everybody that works at Lankota has some sort of ag background. So everybody knows if something's not working right and it's go time, it's got to be fixed. It's got to be up and running. We can ship our product the same day it's ordered. If you do have a problem with any part or something, we can ship it out next day air, get the guy going. But as far as developing the product, you're exactly right. People bring us ideas, or maybe even if an item exists for 20 years, somebody might say, hey, why don't you do this different or do that and make it work with this? That's what Lankota is all about, is quality and diversity.
And also a family company, right?
Right. Kim and Marvy are the folks to Lance and Dakota, and that's actually where the Lankota name inspired from.
From the two sons?
That's right.
I love it.
Yep.
And they're also in the business now, correct?
They are, yep. Dakota is in charge of the warehouse, and Lance is in charge of the manufacturing floor. And Marvy is still the president, and Kim is there every day. So it's definitely a family-oriented business, and it just feels like that with right now, I think we got roughly 48 employees.
Nice. And folks, you need to check out Marvy's blog on Lankota.com. Awesome, good stuff there. So now, as we pan around here, Brady, I noticed we walked by a Red Devil snowblower.
That's right.
And actually, you guys you manufacture these, right?
Red Devil, that is correct. Red Devil's been around for almost 40 years. We bought the company probably 12 years ago. We did a lot of updates to the actual blower itself.
Okay.
We beefed up some housings, made some, made areas thicker material. We just started offering a newer blower.
Sure.
The blower, was 30 years old.
Right.
We did a lot of updates to it, but the name has been around. The name Red Devil has always been a quality blower. We just took it a next step further and beefed it up and started offering it in different models, different sizes. This particular one here is our largest blower.
Okay.
It's a 9-foot blower. It's a 1,000 RPM gearbox. This is for your bigger 150 PTO horsepower tractors.
Sure.
It'll really throw the snow, and you can watch the fuel gauge move.
Mm-hmm. It does. We just need a winter where we get that heavy snow, and then people, when you need it, right?
That's right. So they're a good insurance policy, I've
Right,
been told.
right. And this, your biggest model, rough cost point on it?
Rough list price is right at $11,000.
Oh, just over 10. Okay,
Yep.
Nice. Okay, I think Mrs. Machinery Pete would probably like if I brought home a Red Devil. That's awesome.
Well, we could hook you up with that.
There you go. But now Lankota, again, you guys also sort of contract manufacture also?
That's
Is that
right.
correct, Brady?
Yep. 95% of our business has always been ag-related. We are getting into some other items.
Yeah, let's take a walk. We got something out front, folks, that very intriguing. Another new offering from Lankota. You guys have a lot of new initiatives here going on at the same time, Brady. How do you keep it all in line, keep it straight?
Well, we got a good crew to keep everything going. We got a good marketing crew to keep everything up to date. The website, we do a lot of social media. Check out our Facebook page. We usually have at least 1 or 2 videos on that a month of new releases.
I love it.
But what we're showing here, this is our fan jammer.
Fan jammer.
If you have these grain bin fans, centrifugal grain bin fans, and they blow in the wind, you can hear it squeaking already.
Yep.
What happens in there is the starter switch, when it's not energized, rubs against these 2 connectors here. You can see where this one actually here has been rubbed all the way completely through. That happens. So what we do is we turn this brake on, and that will stop the fan from blowing in the wind. And it's wired right into your on and off switch on the fan. So if the brake is on, you can't come over here and start the fan and tear it all to pieces.
Okay.
When it's off, then there's a micro switch inside, and then that will energize the switch and you can turn it on.
So again, starting from the point of a headache, a common headache.
Exactly.
And
You got the headache of, okay, my motor's shot, I got to take it into town and have the electrical repair guy work on it. take the fan or the motor off your grain bin, take it into town. He's going to have a $300 or $400 bill. Take it back home, put it all together. You can install these either now or right when you put up a bin. It'll save you a lot of headache down the road.
You're protecting your investment.
Exactly.
And the fan jammer, again, now that was Lankota's manufacturing. It was another local fellow that came up with it?
That's right. There's a local guy, Dan McGaw. He actually went to high school with Lance Cheddar.
Ah.
He is an electrical repair guy, and he works on these motors nonstop.
Right.
So he come up with this idea, which is a great idea, but he doesn't, manufacture nothing.
Sure.
He brought the idea to us. We came up with some different designs. He picked out one he liked, and we took the whole thing over as far as manufacturing it, boxing it, and marketing it for him.
And you just introduced this at Dakota Fest.
This was
it last week?
That's correct, yep. Last week at Dakota Fest in Mitchell, South Dakota.
And what was the response, Brady?
Great response. If you've ever taken one of these fans or the motor off, boom, you know what it is right when you walk by it.
Right.
Great deal. They pick up a card. I'll be ordering some.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. And another product Lankota makes, people know right behind us, the header cart.
That's right.
And we're talking a serious, this is a heavy duty. Brady, why don't you tell us about it?
This is our 43-foot header cart here. We were asked by a lot of John Deere dealerships and case dealerships about 6 or 8 years ago to start making a stock stomper friendly header trailer. That's when the stock stomper market was really starting to take off. But the header trailers that were on the market, you really couldn't load the header on there without taking all the shoes off.
Sure.
Well, nobody wants to take off 6 or 8 or 12 or more shoes 2 or 3 times a day to move.
Right.
So we developed a mono beam trailer with the large beam straight down the middle. That header trailer beam, that's a 1/2 inch thick 10 by 10 tube. And that, what we do is we preload that tube on a special jig we have. So it's preloaded like a flat semi-trailer. When there's no weight on it, you can totally see that it's bent up in the middle. And then when you put on a heavy, 15,000 pound corn head, that header trailer will flatten out like this. Instead of sagging, which gives you the big bounce going down the road. Ours stays nice and level. I personally drug a 12-row corn head behind our pickup going 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
And you don't even know what's back there except for the fuel gauge.
Now this again gets back to Lankota. Your quality is at the heart of everything, but your manufacturing. I understand you guys were actually featured on what was the cable TV show, Brady?
It's called Manufacturing Marvels.
Okay.
And they come and did about a 5-minute segment on us 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
It's on our YouTube channel. It's on our website. I think it's all available on our Facebook page as well.
Okay.
They just did an overview of the Cheddar family, of the manufacturing facility, which was brand new. We have a state-of-the-art laser that cuts all of our steel out. We have a robotic welder. We weld a lot of repetitive parts on, mainly some of our stock stomper brackets.
Sure.
And just a lot of the products that we offer.
That robotic welder now, we were visiting about that a little bit ago. State-of-the-art, cutting edge, but it doesn't affect the Lankota approach. You're still a family company and people-based, right?
Usually when somebody says, hey, we're going to get a robotic welder, people think they're losing their jobs. That's not at all what happened. We just needed it to keep up with production.
Right.
So we got that, and the quality is there. We still have our main shop floor foremen inspect those welds from the robot every day just to make sure that the robot's doing its job.
Sure. And now, when people are buying Lankota products, the main way they do that is through their local dealers. Would that be correct, Brady?
Yep. Any John Deere, Case, AGCO dealer can get any of our products. You don't have to buy the red stuff from the red guy or the green stuff from the green guy. We don't care. All of our pricing is on our website.
Okay.
All of our instructions are on our website, like I said earlier. Feel free to call Lankota with any questions you got. Myself or any Steve, Robbie, Rachel, anybody will be able to help you with any tech questions. We do have 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, 365 days a year, an emergency tech number, and that comes right to my cell phone in my pocket.
Wow.
So anytime you're installing something, I get a phone call at 9 o'clock from my buddies in Australia trying to they got a couple questions.
And Lankota, actually, you guys are worldwide now, right, Brady?
Yep. We introduced our product into the Australian market 2 years ago, and that's just been phenomenal. And that's growing. We went to a farm show in South Africa this spring, so we hope to start seeing some sales generated from that.
Wow.
In the next couple of years, we're going to be going to Germany, probably Brazil, Argentina area.
Oh, you're going to Agrotechnica.
Yep, we're gonna try to go over there, and we're not gonna have a booth or nothing. We're just gonna go up there and see what we can do. And we know our product is desired in these locations because of the hits we have on our website.
Right.
Yep.
Very cool. And it seems to me, just talking with you, Brady, that listening is at the heart of Lankota. Would you just would that be accurate?
I would agree with that 100%. I listen to people's responses when I talk to them at farm shows. Oh, I put this on, works great. Oh, I bought this from you. I had this trouble. I take that back to our team. We sit down and we talk about any issues we might have. And at Lankota, stuff is really fast paced. So we might make a decision Monday at 9 o'clock in our sales meeting, and Monday at 1 o'clock in our engineering meeting, we're making the changes. And then Tuesday morning, the changes are on the floor, and means that stuff's being fixed the next day.
Very nimble.
Yes.
Wow. And what your 13 years with Lankota, what do you enjoy the most, Brady?
It's a very, very family-oriented company. Nothing corporate-wise. We actually have one of our younger salesmen came from more of a corporate-based sales structure, and he actually left that just because that wasn't the right fit for him.
Sure.
He heard Lankota was a very family-oriented business. He came there and he just loves it. I'm the same way. I had, grew up on a family farm with my brother. I see my brother, my dad, and my 95-year-old grandpa almost weekly, which that's very rare. People don't get to do that.
That's it. That's
so
awesome.
Family means a lot. I think it's a Midwestern thing too. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Brady, thank you so much for telling us about all the things going on here at Lankota. And for folks, again, if they want to check out more of your information and extensive products, your website again, Brady, is
Lankota.com, and we have a Facebook page and Twitter page. All that stuff's updated weekly, if not every other
And do
week.
you also have a YouTube channel?
Yep, YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Lankota. That'll bring up all of our videos. All of our videos are also on the website as well.
Okay. And I understand shortly you will be having kind of a field demo of your newest release here at the show.
Yep. We actually started selling a few of them just a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But we got them out there, and I hope to get a lot more out for this fall.
Okay. Well, you keep me in the loop, Brady. And again, thanks for giving us a scoop on Lankota. Check it out, folks.